Oh, you do not want to be on his hit list.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Mastermind Creations JAEGERTRON. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front here, we have a nice image of JAEGERTRON. He's about to slice and dice somebody all up. JAEGERTRON, Bounty Hunter on the top of the box. We just have JAEGERTRON on the side, JAEGERTRON on the other side, JAEGERTRON on the bottom. You just have, warning, please don't eat anything in this box. That could be very bad for you. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. It does this, that, the other. And if you open up the front flap here, you have another piece of artwork of JAEGERTRON. And then there's where the figure says, reformatted JAEGERTRON, bloody, bloody, bloody. And that's basically it for the packaging. And also included is the oh-so-important collector's card with that same image there of JAEGERTRON. And tech specs, if that interests you. Hooray for cards. So, moving right along, here we have JAEGERTRON, which is Mastermind Creations' take on Lockdown, the Bounty Hunter. And he is going to get redone as Cyclonus, and yeah, you can definitely see Cyclonus in this. It's a decent figure. It does have its issues, but it's a decent figure for what it is. So let's get in close here. So we can see the details. You can see the guns right there, front and center. Done in a very nice kind of coppery color. Looks very nice. And you have this this green lining going throughout the figure. It's a little inconsistent. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but you can see, like, for example, on this side the green is pretty bright, but on this side it's not so bright. Like, it could have used another coat there. I don't know. Anyway, see some nice molded details there. You got the nice transparent red cockpit to make it look all nice and evil-like. And you can see all the details there. More of that green lining there in the wings. You got the guns right there. Got some spikes right there. Spikes, he's a little spiky dude. More spikes and spikeness. All that spikiness. And the back there, those thrusters picked out in green. The underside, you can kind of see how things are going to work out there. You have this disc right here, which serves no purpose whatsoever. This serves no purpose. I don't know what this is for. This serves no purpose whatsoever, but this just goes plugged underneath, and that's what it does. Now, some issues here with the jet mode is that the cockpit section here pegs into this section right here, and this section is on a hinge. So sometimes when you're trying to get things pegged together, you can, but sometimes it's annoying because you can accidentally just kind of knock things loose when you're just trying to mess with them or get other things pegged in. You can see right there, like I'm just trying to peg it back in and now things are moving when I don't want them to move. That could be a little annoying. If there was a better way to secure that, I don't know. Oops, this just comes unpegged. That just pegs together. That likes to come undone too. That maybe should have just been one piece instead of two pieces, but hey, these the top part of these wings here, they tab on. They tab on pretty securely on mine, but it still doesn't take much to bump them off and undo them. So it's just some things that maybe could have held together a bit more securely, but otherwise, I mean, it looks really cool. It looks really cool, so I'll give it that. So for comparison, here he is with Leader Jetfire. We'll see if we can get a shot of them together so you can see how he scales there. And he is pretty much Leader class sized in his jet mode. And here he is with Carnifex's jet mode. You can see right there, a little bit smaller than Carnifex's jet mode. So there you have that. Now he does include quite a few accessories, and by quite a few I mean he does include a lot of accessories. He does include 2 swords and Mastermind. You love this sword, don't you? You guys, you love this sword. It's hard to remember how many figures don't have this sword. I'm actually surprised Carnifex didn't have these swords. I mean, they're nice swords, but God, you guys, you include these with almost every single figure. But anyway, they're done in a transparent green plastic, and the hilts are just painted over in silver. Very nice swords. I just, you don't have to put these with almost every figure, okay? It's all right. It's all right. But anyway, you have the two swords here. You have two of these guns, which are just done in black. So you got two of these guns. Very nicely done. You also have an extra head, and we'll get into that in a little bit. You do include a bunch of optional hands. And we'll get into all that when we get to robot mode. But you have this killing thing right here. You have this killing thing right there. You have this killing thing right there. You have this killing thing right here, a killing axe. It's a killing axe thing. And you also have his killing hook right there. And you also get heads. You get Feralcon heads, and all these heads just slide into these little transparent pieces right here. And we'll show off how this works here. So you have that head, you have these two heads right here. And again, these are all the Feralcon heads. This head doesn't slide in, it actually just pegs in right there. Just peg that in. And the last two Feralcon heads right there for Bovis and Fortis. And yeah. So what do you do with all this stuff? You may be asking. Well, that's where this comes in, which is basically a pretty much a trailer, for lack of a better term. That's what I'm going to call it. It's a trailer. And it's done, again, in black with that green lining going throughout. And what you do with all this is this basically becomes his armory / trophy case. So you open this up like that. And what we do is we take the extra hand weapons, and all of them have this little post right here. And there are 4 clips right there. So you just plug one in here. You plug that one there. You plug that there. Plug the axe there. And there you go. The 2 guns just plug into these ports right in here. So you just slide that in. Slide that in, and there you go. And the Feralcon heads, all these pieces just have 2 ports right up there, and their posts right there. And you just take the heads, and you plug them in. And this is really quite disturbing, but it totally makes sense for lockdown. So you just plug those in, and there you go. And there you have his trophy case / armory. It is possible to store everything in the vehicle mode. You just kind of have to kind of clutch things together a little bit, but it's doable. So how this connects to the jet mode is we bring this in. You want to take these fins here, fold them down like that so everything sits flush. And what's going to happen here is the fins will go into these slots right here. So you just want to line all this up. Helps if you kind of have this not all the way open. You just kind of want it like that. So you just line all this up and do that, and then you just close this over. And there are posts right here that will go into ports on either side there. So let's just get all this in. It is not the easiest thing to do. It is doable. So you just kind of bring that over. And there we go. Let's bring that over. Got to clear the wings there. Oh, there you go. And then get everything lined up. Come on. There we go. There we go. And then you can bring these wings out. You can bring these little fins up on the back. And all this came undone. Dab all this back in. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes this is a pain in the butt. There we go. This came undone on the side. Yay! And there you go. There he is with the trailer attached, which makes him a lot longer, as you can see. And you can see this nose cone section here is now come undone, and it's just kind of flopping around. But no, there you go. And there you have the full jet mode there. Now, like I said, you can store everything on here. It is doable. If we open up one side here, you can just kind of take the head, just kind of drop that in there. You can take the hook and just kind of drop that in there, and that will still close up. You can still close that up. The swords, what I do with the swords is I take them and I just tuck them right underneath the disc there. So I guess the disc does serve a purpose. I apologize to you, disc. Sorry for the random cut there, but I did just discover that there is a proper way to store the swords in the jet mode. I didn't realize that the slots that you store the swords in robot mode actually do extend all the way down this piece right here. I did not realize that. There's the slot right there. I did not know that that extended all the way down there. Just did not realize it until now, but you can actually store the swords properly in the jet mode right there. Hooray! So now this disc is even more useless than it was before. But there you go. There is proper sword storage. The instructions said nothing about that, but there you go. You can't do that. So yay! So we now return you to your regularly scheduled review. And there you go. You can actually store all of JAEGERTRON's stuff on him in some way, shape, or form. So there you go. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So there you have that. And you do get a light up feature here. There's a switch right here on the bottom, and when you turn it on, boop, that rear thruster there lights up with a nice bright red LED, which is pretty cool. It does require 3 LR41 batteries, which are not included. You will have to get those yourself, unfortunately. But yeah, 3 LR41s. So you get a nice little light up feature there. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? So let's remove the swords, put those off to the side. Let us remove this whole assembly here. Put all this off to we'll put this off to the side for now. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But let's concentrate on transforming this dude right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to come right here to this center gun assembly, and you're going to help you spread those out. Just pull this off. I'm going to put that off to the side for now. And there we go. So now we're just going to start off with the legs. The legs just tab in right there. So you just untab the legs. It helps if you split them first. And just take the legs and swing them down. You're going to lift up this panel right here. Flip up your foot. Take this little knee spike here. Flip that off to the side, and you got a leg all done. Second verse, exactly like the first. Untab. Bring that down, bring this up, flip that up, this little pad here, swing it to the side, and you guys lower body all done. Now you want to remove this disc as well. This serves no purpose anyway. I'm sorry, it holds the swords up. It serves very little purpose, but still next to no purpose anyway. I still don't get it, but anyway. So, probably while you're doing all of this has come undone because it just likes to come undone anyway. So you want to take this this is where my tongue stops working. Take this cockpit section here, it's on a double hinge. You just want to bring it up and just kind of angle it up like that. And you want to untab all of this, which again, probably while you're doing everything else, has come undone anyway on its own. Now you want to take this and swing this up like that. And once you've done that, you can take this panel right here. You just want to flip this up. And you want to take this whole backpack assembly, bring that down. And then this panel, you want to make sure it goes underneath this panel right here. So just take that and swing that around like that. And there are 2 tabs in there. If you can see, there are 2 tabs in there. They'll go into 2 slots up there to lock that in place. And then you take this cockpit here and just push that down into this little cavity right here. Don't know how you can see that, but there it goes, right there. And you can take these little fins right here, and you just bring those up, and you take these pieces right here, and you fold those up like that. That's the official transformation, but there are other things you can do with that if you want. And then you just take the wings. You have a couple hinges to work with there. You can just kind of angle this how you want. These pieces right here are on hinges as well. They're on swivels. You can kind of do whatever you want with these guns. Me personally, I just take them and I just kind of tuck them into the body like that. That's what I like to do. But hey, your toy, display it however you wish. So now we will move on to the arms. The arms you just bring up at this hinge right here, this ratcheting hinge. There is a nub right here that will just go into this little notch right here. It's just a thoop. It's a thooping point. But unfortunately, it doesn't thoop too well. It doesn't really hold all that solidly. It would have benefited greatly from a more secure locking point, but oh well, it is what it is. So there you have that. And then you want to untab the forearm here, bring the arm down, rotate the bicep. This fin, you can swing it in, swing it out. Me personally, I leave it out. Open up these panels right here. Flip out his hand. Close it back up. And there you have an arm all done. Second verse, same as the first. Thoop that up. Bring the arm down. Rotate out the bicep. Take that fin, flip it out, or flip it in, whatever you want to do. Open up those panels, flip out the hand, close that up, get everything situated here. And then for the head, you just rotate the whole neck here, like this, just a little stiff. And after you do that, you want to slide it down, like that. That locks into place. And get these back thooped into place, because again, they come undone very easily. There's a lot of wiggle room here, unfortunately. Again, that needed a more solid locking point there. But there you go. There you have JAEGERTRON in his robots mode, and he does look pretty cool, I will say. He is a nice looking figure. Very, very lockdowny. Yeah, very nicely done. We'll get in close here on that noggin of his. Nice head sculpt. Got some nice metallic red there for the eyes. Nice silver on the face there. Got some of that transclearing green going down his head there. Got like a green mohawk going on there, but very nicely done. And you got some pink going on there. You got a little bit of gray. And yeah. It's nicely done. It is a nice design. Nice feet. Got some nice toenails going on there. He does have a lot of backpack, though. Excuse me, I'm sorry. He does have a lot of backpack, and I know that's something that I know people will complain about. There's a lot of backpack going on here. If you don't like it in this orientation, you can take these pieces and just bring them back down. If you want things to look a little cleaner, and then you can just kind of bring these back like that, and you know that cleans up his silhouette a lot. So if that's what you prefer to do, you can do that. You know, as always, your toy, display it however you wish. So totally up to you. That's probably what I'll end up doing, because I do like him looking a little bit slimmer and sleeker. So that's probably how I will display him. But yeah, you can pretty much do whatever you want with that backpack. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint. You can get some rotation here. You can do that freaky thing. You can look up, not really. You can look up slightly. You can look down a good way, and you get wibble-wobble movement. You can rotate his head side to side there. The arms can do a full 360 in theory, but the backpack does get in the way. Outward movements can only go out that far. He does have a bicep swivel. He has a double jointed elbow due to transformation. He does have a swivel under the elbow as well. He has a swivel right here and a swivel right here. And the wrists can swivel, and they are on a hinge right here. That'll allow the hands to pivot downward, which is nice. He does have a waist swivel. Legs can go forward that far. They can go, move this out of the way, can go back that far. Outward movement, it's ratcheted. You can almost do the full splits. He does have a thigh swivel. He does have a double jointed knee due to transformation, so you get a nice deep knee bend there. And the feet can move up a little bit. They can move down all the way due to transformation. And you get a little bit of tilt just due to the way this piece is designed here. You don't get too much tilt. You get about that much tilt, which I guess is good enough. But you can't get too many. You can't get extreme wide-legged poses and still keep his feet flat. So there you go. Now you can remove these guns on the wings if you wish, and he can hold these as handheld weapons. Hold. You can hold them, in theory. There we go. So you can hold those guns if you want, so that is an option. You can have him holding his two swords if you wish. There is storage for the swords in robot mode. There are 2 slots right there. And you just take the swords and you just drop them in there. And just drop that in there. And there you go. You can store the swords right there. Oh, and the disc thing, which again serves no purpose. There's nowhere to plug this. You can't actually use this as a shield. I thought maybe you can, plug it over this thing, but that's too small for this. You can't do anything with this. I don't know what this is for. The instructions just tell you, okay, now plug this onto his back, and that what is that for? What? It's useless. It's really next to useless. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, so you have that. And now we can bring in his little armory / trophy case. We just fold these back. Open this up here, and you have these legs. You can swing down, and they will thoop into place. Little thooping point there to lock them into place. And you have these back here, which you can bring down, and they will thoop into place. And there you go. You got his little armory there / trophy case. That's disturbing. That is really disturbing. But anyway, you have that going on. Now you can remove his hands. Both of his hands do come off if you want to plug in any of the weapons here. Me personally, I just like to give him his traditional hook hand, and that just plugs right in. And there you go. But of course, you can swap any of the weapons. You can have him, with 2 weapon hands if you want. Totally up to you. Oh, one thing to mention too is due to the release. There we go. That one got stuck. But due to that hinge in his wrist, it does make for some cool posing with the sword, because now you can tilt that hand forward so you can get some sword pointing poses, which is pretty awesome. And I do quite dig that. I like it when figures can do that. I like a good sword pointing pose. Maybe that's just me. But there you go. So there you have that. Of course, you can hold the 2 big guns that are in here. They are kind of hard to get out once you plug them in, though. You kind of need the swords to push them out. But, come on, man. There you go. You can have them holding the guns if you wish. Unfortunately, if you have them holding these guns, you can't plug these guns into that spot because they're just too big, and the way they're designed, they just won't fit in there. But of course, you can leave them on the wings if you want. Again, do what you want with them. You can have them holding those guns if you want. Again, any of the weapon holding hands. And that's pretty much it there. Again, the light up feature does apply when you have this opened up as well. When you turn on the switch, you got some nice blue LEDs that go off in there to light up his head trophies. So, yeah. Again, a little disturbing, but okay, that's a thing. That's a thing that it can do. That's kind of creepy. Just makes him seem like such makes him seem more like a serial killer than a bounty hunter, but I guess, hey, I don't know. Now, he does have optional heads. He does have this head right here, which is a very movie lockdown head with the faceplate down, which is done the transparent green. You got some little green dots there, picked down the paint, and you can flip this up to reveal the face sculpt. And the heads swap out very easily. It's just a post right there, so you just pull his head off and pop that head on. It's on a hinge there, so you do have to make sure you get it on there. There you go. You can pop that head on if you want. Again, you can flip up that visor at any time. There you go. So you have that option. Or, if you don't like that, you can do full-on gun face, because this is another head, and that just plugs in right there, and you can just go full-on movie lockdown gun face, and that's pretty awesome. I like that. I really like that. So again, you do have options as to how you want to display your lockdown. So there you go. So there you have that. We'll put that back here for now. Now for comparison. Here he is with Leader Jetfire. So you can see how he scales there. You can see he's a bit shorter than a Leader class figure. Here he is with Carnifex. So you can see he is way, way shorter than Carnifex. So there you have that. Here he is with Combiner Wars Voyager Prime. You can see he's pretty much Voyager sized. Right there. Here he is with Leader Magnus. Let's see how he scales there. Here he is with Impactor. You can see he's a little bit taller than Impactor. And we'll bring in Voyager Springer. See how he scales there. Again, a bit taller than Voyager Springer. And here he is with Animated Lockdown. You can see how that looks. Here he is with the Revenge of the Fallen Lockdown, which I still think is a great figure. And here he is with my knockoff Age of Extinction Voyager class Lockdown. You can see how they look together. And here you have him with Combiner Wars Prime with the Primo Vitalis upgrade kit. So you can see how they look together. And there you go. So there you pretty much have it. I think I got everything. I think if I missed something, my apologies. But yeah, pretty cool. As far as the Feralcon heads go, I believe you can swap these out with the Feralcons if you want them to have new heads. I believe these are different sculpts. So if you want to swap these faces out with your Feralcons, you can do that. But yeah, it's a decent figure. It is definitely not without its flaws. Like I said, there are definitely points where things could have locked in a bit more securely, both in robot and in jet mode, like this right here, the shoulders, and like the cockpit in vehicle mode. Some little things that just could have worked a bit more solidly, could have secured a bit more solidly. But still, it's a decent figure. I do still dig him. I do like that he does incorporate, a little bit of movie lockdown, a little bit of comic book lockdown, a little bit of animated lockdown. It's just kind of a combination of all of the lockdowns, and it is a very cool design. I'll have to see how this looks when they redo it. I can't form coherent sentences. Let's try that again. I can't wait to see how this turns out when they redo it into Cyclonus. There we go. That's what I was trying to say until my brain decided to shut off. I'm going to stop now. So there you go. So if you would like a JAEGERTRON or any of Mastermind Creations' other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. You can also check out my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Mastermind Creations JAEGERTRON, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, boom in your face!
Ah, lockdown. Good of you to come. I have a job for you. Fine, but know this, Megatron. I'm not one of your little lackeys you can just order around. No, not at all. I know how you operate. So about the job. Yeah? Oh, by the way, you can't afford to pay me, right? If by pay you mean free food, yes, I can afford to pay you. I'm listening.